Hello, Adam Patrick Murray. How are you?
Hello, Hayden Dingman.
Hi, we are here with Forza Horizon 4 and our custom Too Furious license plate.
Yeah, that's TM. Where's the TM on that?
Not here because we don't own the trademark.
Oh.
Don't tell anybody.
Whoops.
So yeah, we are playing the fourth of the Forza Horizons. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, our race is still ahead of us.
Oh, okay.
Right now we're at the Horizon festival itself.
Why the hell are you listening to
It's classical
music? Yeah,
yeah, we can change it to something more bumping.
Arrived at your destination.
Oh, they still have that lady, huh?
Yeah, they still have that lady.
You have arrived at your destination.
So we are driving, for the people who are curious, we are driving the Reliant Robin.
Ooh, it's so pretty.
Most well known, I think, from the Top Gear segment where they drive this around.
I've actually seen that episode.
And it tips over. This is a three-wheel car. So it is prone to tipping over when you take corners too fast.
So the physics are accurate? Like it does kind of feel
yeah,
like a tricycle?
It does tip over when you take a corner really fast.
Oh, that's funny.
So we'll see how we do in this race here. It could be very interesting.
Wait, is this race geared for classical cars like this?
Yes, it is.
You got some bugs, you got some vans.
So it is. It's in a car class. So the Forza Horizon system will pretty much let you race any race with whatever car you'd like. It just puts you. You can pretty much set it up. Whatever car you show up with is the class. Oh my God, we're gonna tip over already. Whatever car you show up in, it'll default to that as the class that thinks you want to race in, but then you can change your car and it'll automatically change like the setup of the race itself, or you can create your own races.
But they had that in there last time.
Yeah,
right?
they had that in 3. They call it the blueprint mode. Oh my God, this is the worst. Yeah, they call it the blueprint mode. So you can go in and like say, hey, I want it to be only famous movie cars, iconic movie cars. So that's fun. Unfortunately, I don't think that we can make it only Reliant Robins. Because that would really be the ideal race. Man, we are not doing great.
Oh, look, Jason Cross. He's here. What's going on?
We're not doing very well in this race.
I
probably should have.
That's fine.
Before we did gimmick races like this, I probably should have turned our difficulty down to inexperienced or whatever. We're driving on a highly skilled.
Either way, you're gonna get the comments saying you suck. So,
yeah, well,
I mean, don't worry about it.
That's why I figured we'd drive the Reliant Robin, because then I don't have to take it to heart. So.
There you go.
But yeah, it's pretty much more Forza Horizon. So if you liked Forza Horizon, which I do, it's that.
Did you want more Forza Horizon?
I always want more Forza Horizon, though I think I'm at a point, and I sort of reached this point with 3. I wish they would do a little bit more to change it up. This time, and we're not really seeing any of it right now because we're in a race, but this time the big change is you have seasons. So we did some video at E3, but for the first 6 or 7 hours of this game, you're just locked into a season at a time. There's like a pretty rigid progression where you start out in summer. Once you gain enough influence, you move to autumn, then winter, and then spring. The main problem that I've found is that the spring, summer, and fall seasons are all sort of identical. Oh man, we're seeing some of that rubber banding right now as I pull ahead of these. Right? Oh, can't really corner very well still. But.
So it's not really going to affect the gameplay.
We got a Robin up here in front with us.
Oh, no way! No way, man.
So yeah, the spring, summer, and fall are all kind of the same. You'll notice some differences, like it'll rain more in the autumn, I believe. And the rain obviously will change up some of the. It'll like put puddles on the tracks that you'll slam into and stuff. So that's fun, but it's kind of very similar.
So it's really just winter.
The winter is wild. So in the winter,
wild winter.
My favorite is there's this giant lake in the top left of the map. I can pull up the map once we're done with this race. That entire lake turns to ice during the winter.
And
so
you can drive over it.
Yeah, you can just drive over it, which makes it a lot more fun to get around.
Are there like races specifically designed just for winter?
Yes, as far as I know. So I've only made it around the circuit one time, and in those ones, they have specific showcases that they do for each for each season.
Okay.
But then once I got out of it and I'm now back in the summertime, they have season-specific championships. So I can pull up the map once we're out of here. Oh, you also have a player character now, so we're this pink-haired lady.
Are you still trying to get followers for your
we
cool
are.
events?
You'll see we'll get credits and then we'll get followers right after.
Oh, perfect. Influencer.
Yeah, influence rewards.
Yes.
Man,
Man, look at all those
live on
influences
Mixer.
you've earned.
So yes. Anyways, now that we're back out of the race,
Map time.
pull up that map, and yeah. So these things are all, you'll see it says seasonal championship, and I don't know if those change every time it goes around. Each season lasts for a week in game. So there's like an actual day-night cycle that takes, I don't know, like an hour maybe.
Okay.
It's a while. But each week it'll change seasons after this. Probably not an hour because that's pretty crazy, but 15 minutes maybe. And so I don't know if those change out or if they're like procedurally generated or what, but they do have these specific seasonal championships laying around.
Meaning you can't do them until you're in a specific season?
Yeah, like these ones have that sun next to them, which is the summertime.
Got it.
And so then presumably when you get into the autumn and then winter, you'll have specific winter and autumn ones. I don't know if there's one that goes across this giant lake, but I hope there is, because as I said, this is all ice during the winter.
That sounds pretty cool.
So it's really fun to just bomb around on a truck or whatever.
You just cut straight through.
Yeah, exactly.
Shortcut.
Whereas like during the summer it's too deep, you'll actually like fall in and then respawn back on the road. So yeah, there's a ton of races in this game.
In the countryside, a little reminiscent of the second one, huh?
Yeah,
a little European.
Yeah. So I mean, we talked about this a little bit before we did the video. My biggest problem with this game, and I don't want to offend anybody from the UK, so let's just drive around while we talk. I don't want to offend anybody from the UK, but it turns out that the UK and France and Italy all kind of feel pretty similar when you get down to it.
Okay, especially in Forza.
Yeah, so the comparison is obviously, Forza Horizon 3 went to Australia, which has a lot of beautiful natural landmarks and a lot of different biomes to go to. So like, hey, now I'm in the coast, now I'm in the outback. The UK just all kind of feels like the UK. They try to change it up. There's Edinburgh in the game. Oh my god. Top Gear never did that one. Yeah, there's Edinburgh in the game, so you can go there and hang out in the city a little bit. But
which you've actually been to in real life, correct?
No, I haven't.
No, okay.
Wrong.
You've been to Dublin, sorry.
Yeah. Wow, now
Wrong
you're
place.
really going to offend the people in the UK.
Sorry. Whoops.
Yeah, it all sort of feels like this, like big sloping green hills. I understand they wanted to do like you want to have like a place where there are good seasons, and a lot of them. And also, I think
nice rock on your...
I think the Horizon team is based in the UK.
What is it, just blinks
yeah, it
off?
just blinks out of existence.
Okay. Yeah,
this is that lake, by the way, so you can imagine in the winter when this is all ice, it's really fun.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're based in the UK, so that might have influenced the choice also, but it just feels very similar to like that pastoral countryside in France and Italy. It's still very pretty, especially in the winter, but I'm not noticing as much variety driving around here. It's just like, oh yeah, there's that. There are those tiny villages again.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's still pretty.
It's Forza. Like I like these Forza Horizon games. I think they're fun. The other thing that's nice is they have added a bit more variety. They had like the Horizon bucket list before, which is usually like a one-off mission. Like, hey, go here, drive this car really fast, and try and beat this time or whatever. This time they have changed that up, and you have these things called Horizon Stories. So the first one you get is the stunt driver story. I haven't gotten very far in any of these yet, but they add like actual characters and actual objectives for you to do. So the stunt driver one, the first one that you do is you like drive a Bugatti up like off of a cliff, basically through like a windmill.
Okay, why not?
And so it's like a little bit more fun and contextualized than the bucket list, which was always just like,
hey, there's me, you just passed me,
which was just like, hey, drive real fast or jump off this jump, but you didn't really have a reason why. From what I hear,
to get influencers, dude.
Yeah, from what I hear, there's a fun one. I don't know if I've unlocked it yet. There's one that is like a classic movie Cars storyline. And no, I think this one is just driving fast. There's one that's like a classic movie Cars storyline, or sorry, classic video game Cars. And so
Like Spy Hunter?
the first one that you drive is the car from Outrun.
Oh,
and so
nice.
there's like a fun little scene from that.
It's like a Ferrari, right?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting through those. They seem like maybe the biggest change up here, because a lot of the races and stuff are just the same as last time.
It's a racing game.
Yeah, and that's fine. And there's a lot of fun to be had. I also was saying before we jumped in here, I think that they're being a lot. They've almost overcorrected. They've almost overcorrected from the Forza 7, last year's Forza, because that one was bogged down by the loot box scandals of 2017 that we all remember, obviously.
Yeah.
They seem to have overcorrected, and now they just award you cars like every 5 seconds. So you get a wheel spin every time you level up, with the potential to get a new car.
Nice.
Or credits or whatever. So I have like, I don't know, 1.2 million credits, which is a lot of cars to buy.
And how many cars? Let's see your.
And then
your
the
library.
car collection. I haven't. Keep in mind, I've not bought a single car yet, and I have 26 cars available right now, and some of them are like really nice. We have a Camaro in here.
Ooh.
We have a GTO somewhere down here. We have this
Zonda R.
yeah.
GTO looks nice.
This Huracan, like they just handed, like they gave me this for like leveling up one of my like the street racing.
Oh, look, and they have like this one's marked as rare.
Yeah,
they have different
cars because of the wheel spin stuff. It depends on what you're getting. But yeah, they gave me this Huracan for just getting through the street racing circuit far enough. Which like usually this would be like an end game sort of car in Forza. Yeah, they just like handed it to me. We're like, hey, here you go.
Whoa!
Oh god, we're going. Oh god.
Oh, physics. And you're still alive.
So yeah, it seems a lot more. It seems like they basically took last year's criticisms to heart, and then were like, "Hey, we need to win people back this time. Why don't we just like give everybody a bunch of cars?"
That's nice.
Which is nice. It's a lot more fun than like last year. I think I played Forza 7 for like a week and a half, and I had 5 or 6 cars at the end of it. This one, I feel like they're just like every 5 seconds, like, hey man, why don't you try out this car instead? Hey man, why don't you try this car?
That's nice.
They're also the last change of sorts is you can now buy houses, which is like
Really? For what? To what end?
basically for fast travel, but then each of them also gives you a like a bonus. So a lot of them are, the first one that you get has drone mode, that you get that for moving in here. Then because we had the VIP version, we got
VIP
this one, which I think came with some wheel spins. And then, yeah, a lot of them have like wheel spins or whatever. You can't actually see the rewards on the map, which is a pain. But the craziest one is, and there's an achievement for it, when you get 15 million, you can go buy Edinburgh Castle.
Oh, wow, that's it. That's nice.
Yeah, that's a fun little side effect. But yeah, it's Forza Horizon 4. There's tons of hot air balloons. There's barn finds. There's skill points. There's all that stuff.
Nice. Well, somebody asked in our last gameplay video to make sure we cover some performance. What is it like running it on your rig at home?
I mean, my rig at home is a 1080 Ti, so but it's just pegged to 60. It's hard to tell because Microsoft does the dynamic performance stuff that they use on the Xbox also. So I mean, we can pull up the settings here. I think that you can turn that off, but I honestly haven't found a reason to, because they seem to be pretty smart about how they do that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really pretty.
So yeah, they have the dynamic optimization stuff, which you could turn off, and you can also turn on, because it's a a Windows 10 UWP.
Of course,
you can turn on. They have an in-game frame rate counter, so we can just turn that on.
This rig here we're playing is
yeah, exactly. This is the
dual 1080 Ti.
Yeah, this is the main gear, right?
Yeah, main gear F131.
So yeah, dual 1080 Ti's, and you can see like up at the top, it's just 60. It's just pegs it, which is nice. I haven't had any dips or anything driving around. We do have this installed to an SSD, and I'm not sure if that would be the same if it was installed on a hard drive. I know in the past I've had some problems with, I think, Forza Horizon 3 installed on a 7200 RPM hard drive.
Oh, really?
There was some texture loading problems.
Okay.
The other thing this game will do is it'll randomly log you into the internet. So I guess I should mention that we haven't done any of this stuff because it's pre-release, but there is like a hefty multiplayer component this time. You can join up with, I think, 5 other friends and drive around at any point. There's like a whole tab in here for team adventure, Horizon Life, all this stuff. So there's still the club section, all that. So yeah, you can join up with a bunch of friends and drive around in this play online, connect to Horizon Life stuff. The problem that I found is it'll just randomly connect you to that, and if your internet is not great, which mine is currently at home not that great, you'll notice rubber banding from the network connection getting screwed up.
Yikes.
Which in a racing game is really annoying. So I have had to turn all that stuff off multiple times now because after a race, it'll just suddenly be back online, and I don't really know why they designed it that way. But that's the only part that I've noticed. And honestly, if you have decent internet, it should be fine. I just live in like a... Oh my God, we're going to get stuck here. Well,
perfect.
That's the end of the video.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I just live in like there is a reset car button at least, so that's nice. I live in like an old San Francisco... Gave me traction at least.
Okay.
An old San Francisco apartment with like really thick walls and a bad router, so we have not gotten that fixed yet. But yeah, all right, that's the end of the video.
We're done. Yeah.
So yeah, that's Forza Horizon 4. Don't get stuck on cliffs in your Huracan
or in real life.
Yeah.
In your Honda Civic.
Yeah. Don't Thelma and Louise your Huracan.
Do a barrel roll.
Oh my God, it really wants me to stay here.
I know.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think, again, I wish that they would take a few more risks with their setup at this point. Oh, finally.
It sounds like you need to go practice.
I know. I need to practice getting off those cliffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they would take a few more risks with their setup at this point, but I'm enjoying it. Wow, we got a really cracked windshield.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Forza Horizon 4, and yeah, that's about it. They make one of these every 2 years, so
perfect.
It's still a good time, and I just wish it was a better time sometimes. But
I'm probably going to pick it up. So
yeah,
I'm
pick it up. I want to
it.
beat all your scores like I'm beating all of my buddy Brett's scores there at the bottom.
Nice.
That's my favorite part of the game still. So yeah, anyways, thank you, Adam, for checking this out with me, and we will be back soon probably.
Hey, thanks for bringing it by.
And, thanks to Jason Cross for contributing his bad drive-atar to our Forza session.
Love it. Bye-bye.